Hello, and welcome to the Word Challenge 2026. My name is Lisbeth, and I'm Danish, so pardon my sometimes bumpy English or if I'm missing words, but you can see what I'm doing, and I think you can understand what I'm saying. This Word Challenge isn't my invention. This is Rita Sommer's inventions, and under the little word more here under the video, you can find links for her channel and shortly told, it is Rita is every Saturday at my 11 o'clock. She is picking a little word up from a pot, and then you can do whatever you want to do with that word. How you will interpret it is totally up to you, and in what colors or what you will do, that is also totally free. The only thing I think she's asked is that you keep your pieces, and I can't remember now, but I think she said 4 by 4 inches, and that is 12 by 12 centimeters. Mine is a little bigger because my cardstock here is 14 by 14 centimeters, and that is the same measurement I used last year where I did a stitch circle show challenge. And there also is a link for the playlist under the little word more there, and you can go in and do it when you want to do that also. But that is why my substrate is a little bigger, because I'm so used to working on this 14 by 14 centimeter substrate. But yeah, not everybody is putting their pieces in a book. You can do whatever you want to do with your pieces. Like I said last year, you could put them in a book, you could sew them on a scroll, you could sew them on a big sheet, you could put them in a box, you could buy a sketchbook and put them in, do whatever you fancy to do with them. But I like to have mine in a book because it's such a big source of inspiration when you are done, to have this book to look into. Also, I have chosen, and that is not done it easier for me, is that this year I will only do red, black and white. And I was lucky I had enough of this cardstock. It was from many years ago when I was making cards, and I think I made some Christmas cards. I don't have any more of it left. There was enough here for 2 books. This is book number 2 I'm on to now. And when I'm done with it, I will make a cover and stick these 2 chunky books in. But this is where I left you last time with the word pleat, and I just write the week here and what it is under. And there also is a playlist for this challenge here, and you can also find that under the little word more. I don't think I want to say much more else, but if anybody feels for it, they are able to support my work here with this challenge and the challenge I have been going on this year, and there also is a link for that here under the video, and it is for free, and the last year's challenge also was for free. But if somebody feels like supporting my work with my channel or the challenges I have hosted and is hosting right now, you are able to, because there's a link for my Ko-fi account and for my PayPal account. And for those of you who has been supporting me, thank you. I'm so lucky somebody wants to support me. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. But let us get started, and I will tell you what the word is here for week 30. What nonsense, I said. Of course it is week 31, and I'm ready here, so I will put this away. So the word Rita just picked out of the pot here 2 hours ago was the word curly. And the first thing that springs into my mind when I hear the word curly, it is my hair. I have big red curly hair. In these days, I get help from the hairdresser because I use henna in my hair and the curls are made. But when I was a child, I had big yeah, we call them snake curls, but they probably has another name in English. But and I was read as a copper kettle, and for many years my dad called me the copper thread, and so that was the first thing I was thinking about when I heard the word curly. The other thing I was got thinking about is we have a pair friend, and he always says to me, "Oh, I wish I could see into your head. You must have the most curly brain I can imagine." And he means it nicely, but I think he thinks I'm a little weird because of the things I'm doing, but also interested because it is, if you're not a artistic person or doing things that not everybody is doing, people often see you as a little curly or you have a curly brain. So this is the two things I have been thinking about. So my plan is right now, again, as I said, I haven't done it easier for myself because red, black and white, that is what I will have to use. And I have found again my black substrate, and I have been sewing a little something on the back side here with my invisible basting, and it wasn't big enough, but since I'm putting a piece of fabric there, it doesn't matter. I will have to go to my basement and cut a little more of that duvet cover here, so I have to next week. But I have talked so many times about this invisible basting, and you just come up and go a couple of threads back and come up with about a centimeter ahead of you. That is all. And here, because I'm sewing in black, you can't see it. But I don't think I ever have talked about why do this invisible basting. Yeah, of course, the word says most of it that it's invisible, but I don't think I ever talked about it. You aren't supposed to pick it up, and that is why you do it invisible, because sometimes when I'm doing much bigger pieces where I put several pieces of fabric down, I don't do it. Yeah, I can do it like this, but I can also take some very long running stitches and just secure the pieces here, and then you have to put the running thread out when you're done with what you want to do on your piece. But here in this case, these small dots you make here on the front side when you're doing invisible basting, they are going to sit there. I don't ever pick them up. So yeah, I just got thinking about I don't think I ever have talked about that. So now my substrate here is ready. I have been through I have a little cardboard, what is it called? Suitcase is it called? Where I have kept my threads and the different red and white and black fabrics and papers I have picked to choose between here. So every time I'm doing this, I just take this cardboard suitcase up and go into it, and everything is there. And when the year is done, I will empty it and perhaps use it for something else next year. I'm probably doing something else next year. But among the pieces of fabric, I found some red and it's a light fabric with some red printing on, and I think that here could indicate my brain, because you can't see where it stops and where it starts. It's no problem for me. I have it totally fine with it, and it isn't so I can't sleep at night and I'm going nuts or anything. I haven't any diseases by it or anything, but my brain always is going on with things I can do, or things I see, or things I find interesting, or it just doesn't stop. But that doesn't mean I can I can easily sit and talk with other people and doing other things. So it is just there, and since it isn't a problem for me, I don't want to stop it either, because sometimes I get great ideas by that. So that is indicates my brain going on and on and on and never stops. Yeah, perhaps it stops when I'm sleeping. I don't know. Very often when I wake up in the morning, I can remember my dreams, and oh my, that is some kind of a cinema I have been going on at night sometimes. I mix people who never have met each other up and doing, yeah, it is weird sometimes what I have been dreaming. And a shrink could probably get some very interesting things out of that. But never mind, I have it okay, and I'm fine, and I'm happy, and I love my life. So don't pity me in any way because my brain is going on. So I will just put that little strip here, and I will just sew it. Yeah, oops, here, that is the other side. I will turn it here. So that is the side there wasn't so much fabric on. So I will just place that there. And I think I will start with just sewing it down with the invisible, or with some very small running stitches. And again, I will get my glue stick because it isn't supposed to hold anything else down permanent. It is just for helping me here instead of using needles, because I have a tendency when I use needles to that my fabric is bulking more than I think is nice. So this here works for me, and this glue won't hold for very long, and it is just for me sewing it on here now. So I will find the thread, and so here we go. I will just do some very small running stitches, so you come up and you go down a little ahead of you and come up again. I think the running stitch is the easiest stitch you can make. So I will just do that all the way around. And I've taken the red one because I think I like to see them. If I didn't want to see them, I would take a normal machine sewing cotton like I did here with the invisible basting, and the color you won't see very clearly, and do the same. But in this case here, I think I would just go for the running stitches, and no knots here on my thread, thank you. So like this. I will sew that on and tell you what the next thing my plan is. Oh, this is sitting there. So I think I have taken a brighter red thread, and I will just go over all the lines here to enhance them a little more. If I will do back stitches or just running stitches, I will see here. It's gonna take some time if I'm doing the back stitches here, so bear with me. But a back stitch you probably also know, all of you. But you come up and go down in the previous stitch and come up a little ahead of you. You of course can make them as long as short as you want to. Here, well, now I'm going out of the fabric, but there. Yeah, I can see it. I don't know if you can see them. So I think I will do that. Yeah. There. And now is the $100 question, where do I go over or under? So I think I'll follow the line here. So at one point I will come back and cross that line there. But I don't think there's no rhyme or reason in which order I do it, other than hopefully I will end up there when I am done. Yeah, I will stitch that and then I can show it to you when I'm done. It will take a little, but for you it will be the blink of an eye. So done with all the running stitches, and it give it the imitation here, imitation of my brain, a little more definition. So I'm happy about that. The other thing I want to do is some curls, and I have this roll here of a spool of some, yeah, I think it is perhaps, I don't know if it is copper thread of some kind, but it is colored and it is a little wavery. Yeah, you can't perhaps see it. So I think I will see if I can, I have, this is a, you know, when I'm tracing circles, I had this set for pointing cookies out. So I think I will see if I can run it around here and make something look like a curl. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. About, yeah, 9 times I think. So I will just keep my thumb here and loosen it a little up so it isn't so tight here. It is jumping around here. So give it a little so it gets a little more loose. Take my scissor and cut it off here and take it off the thing here, there, and just hold it, but slip it a little so it would, because there are some tension in it, it would spring up, or what we can call it here, and then I will just take the end and go in and out here a couple of times so it is not going up or ending like a long thread again here, like this, and then I can cut this off here. So something about that, and I've made some already, so I think I will just place them down the line here, something like that there. And I have another one. You can see it is nearly standing up here, so yeah, something like this. But I think I will just sew the first one on and take it one by one and see what happens. So I will just keep the red thread I was doing the stitch back stitches with there. So just a few places, and see how that goes. So I will come up. It's like overcasting or couching something down. There, and when I come out here, I don't think I want to go over all of them, just a few, so it will be held down here. There. And there. 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 Let's just one more place here. I think, yeah, that is fine. I don't think it is going anywhere. So I will take the next one here, and let it be there. I think I will just secure that here and take a longer thread here. And sew the rest of them on like this. That is not difficult. If you don't have such a copper thread like this, you can do it with a stiff thread of some kind also. So, or if you have a plastic string of some kind, you probably also can do it. There are many ways you can do something supposed to look like curls, if you want to do that. It is so funny to see all the other members, that interpretation of the words. It's very seldom people are doing the same, but sometimes there are several people who has the same thought, depending a little on the word. So here we go on with this. I think you got it now, so I will just sew the other ones on. And now I'm hanging in here. Yeah, I think that is nice. So done with sewing all my curls on here. And I don't think I want to do anything more. I could consider drizzling some white French knots in, but I don't go around with white things in my hair, so I will let it be as they are. So now into the book with it there. And here I have my double-sided tape. Yeah, you push it away a little again. Here and here, and down we go. And burnish it a little down. There. And hopefully, yeah. This is much easier than the tape I used last year. So in here with a little thing here, whoops, and down we go. Yeah. And I think they will just keep flat as they are there. So my pin here and right. 31 and oh, curly there. As I've said many times before, I don't know if anybody would think of the word by seeing this, but I know it, that is an important thing. I will take some close-ups here at the end of the video and say a proper goodbye. This was quite a fun one to make, and I think for me it's very much about seeing opportunities or seeing ways you can use material that isn't meant for what you're using it for. I don't know what this copper wire is meant for using for, because I don't think it was for that, but that is the nice thing about having different things to pick. And it's a spool I had for many years, so again, I don't throw much out in my studio or in my from my stash or what I have picked up during all the years. It's another thing in the rest of the house. There I don't have a lot of things, but in my studio I have a lot of things. So if I get an idea Saturday evening thinking, oh, I could try to do this or that, I don't have to wait until Monday morning where the shops are open. I probably can go in one of my shelf or boxes and find something I could use for the idea I have. So I can't remember if I'm home next Saturday, but time will show. If I am, I will make a video again. If I'm not, I will just make my little piece here. And I think I will go into thinking box about how I will do the cover for these two books here. Yeah, I don't have the other one here by hand right now, but it is thick. So yeah. I thank you, Rita, for another challenge here. And else I would just say to all of you, please stay playful and creative, and please be nice to yourself, and don't think everybody else is doing much better than you, and you can't find out what to do or anything, or I'm not good, or blah blah blah, all those things we say to ourselves. You are, and you can do it, I'm sure. And else I also want you to be nice to everybody else. That's at least all we ordinary people can do to each other here, treat each other nice in this crazy world right now. But give my video a thumbs up if you have liked it, and perhaps consider subscribing. That is totally free. It doesn't cost you a dime, and it helps my channel grow. Not that I earn anything from it, because I've chosen not to, but it would spread the good news, and there's a lot of free content you can look at. And else I don't think I want to say much more, but bye bye for now, and see you soon again. Ciao ciao.